Hi, my name is Alex Etzel. I'm the director of the Masters in Marketing program here at the University of Texas at Dallas, and I am pleased to be here today with Dana Magnuson. Welcome, Dana.
Thank you.
So, Dana, we've talked a little bit about this before, and wanted to start off with you telling us a little bit about yourself, your undergraduate background, career interests, that type of thing.
Sure. So I started my undergraduate here at UTD with a major in marketing as well, so that's why I decided to stay here and continue my MS in marketing. So I'm currently an intern for KVM Group in Richardson, and I'll be hired on full-time upon my graduation in a few days, which is very good news.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Very exciting. So what made you choose the MS in marketing over, say, an MBA?
I chose MS in marketing because for what I wanted to do career-wise, it was more targeted, and I knew I would be going more in depth into the concepts and mathematical skills, statistics, and things like that that I would need to be successful.
Okay, very good. So why don't you tell us some highlights of the program, what courses you took, what things are of interest to you, any faculty that stand out, things of that nature.
So I think some of the most important courses that I took were some of the more challenging ones, statistics, database marketing, database management, and even though they were the more challenging ones, they're the ones that for me have been most useful as far as applying them in like work, everyday work. Mm-hmm. So some of the more interesting ones, advertising and promotions, that's a really great class, brand management, consumer behavior, just kind of very thought-provoking. You start to understand a lot more of how consumers think and why marketers do some of the things that they do.
Absolutely, yeah. Any projects that you did along the way that kind of stand out?
Yeah, so we did a brand audit and brand management, which was very interesting as far as kind of determining what like the value of a brand is, what makes up a brand and things like that. And then some more in-depth projects that really kind of require a lot of grunt work, if you will, in marketing research, developing a survey, testing that survey, then actually distributing the survey, and then running all the different like regression analysis and things like that. And then a similar project in database marketing where you do segmentation and discriminant analysis and response analysis, so you really get your hands on and you get some experience.
Right, and you mentioned you were with KVM, that's kind of a subsidiary division, I don't know the exact term, of Wunderman.
Yeah, the part of the Wunderman network.
And you are in a great position to highlight to students the importance of statistics and metrics. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So I'm not even a modeler or a statistician per se, but I work with those people in the industry. So having a really good background knowledge of statistics and being able, even if you're not working in SAS on a daily basis, being able to read the SAS outputs and interpret them is really important. So like I said before, those challenging classes, I would get as much statistics in as you can, even if that's not necessarily the exact direction you're going to go, you're going to be applying it every day.
Exactly. And the good thing is we're doing this testimonial as you're finishing. This is pretty much your last week. And also after the net-based competition, which is a social media listening platform, why don't you share your experiences and takeaways for students about whether to participate in a competition like that, because it does take a lot of time away from your courses, your work. You had a full schedule, full-time job, but yet you still found time to participate in that competition. What would you say to a student thinking about whether I should do it or not, for example?
I would absolutely take advantage of any opportunities there are to participate in competitions. You're going to be learning things from other students. You're going to have faculty that are there to help guide you. And it's an experience outside the classroom that you can't get inside the classroom. It's much more professional. It's much more like what you're going to face in the real world when you go out and find jobs. I mean, even for interviewing, it gives you practice standing up in front of a room full of people and presenting yourself and presenting your material that you have to be very confident in. And it does require a lot of time, but like, I mean, you're going to get your hands on tools that you may not get your hands on otherwise. It's like NetBase. Not all of the classes use NetBase, so to be able to use that is really great. And from personal experience, I've used both NetBase and a product that's very similar, and which we use at work. So it's just being able to put it on your resume, say that you've done it. It looks great. I would absolutely make the time for it. You'll be with the group, make sure, obviously, other students are going to be dedicated if they're in the competition as well. So
exactly, yeah. So you guys did pretty well. You got second place. Congratulations on that. So in closing, Dana, why don't you share some thoughts for those that are thinking of pursuing it or about to pursue it, of kind of some advice you would give them looking back of what you did that you found really useful and things you said, maybe I should have done this different, things of that nature?
Sure. So like I said before, and I'll say it again, statistics is extremely important. And the other thing is, depending on the track that you're choosing, there may be more options in some of the tracks as opposed to others. If you're doing the analytics track, it's much more structured, but still going in to visit with Alex or some of the other marketing professors, they'll help kind of lay out what you need to do through your time here at UTD so that you're set up to be successful when you graduate. And then, you know, putting courses in the right sequential order and making sure you're getting exactly what you need to graduate when you want to. Things of that nature. The faculty here is wonderful. They'll work, if you're going to work hard, they'll work hard for you as well and get you where you need to be, place you in internships, things like that.
Great, thank you very much, Dana. The last thing I wanted to ask you, because you're a really good example of that transition career-wise, why don't you tell us a little bit about kind of the internship or part-time job you were doing and how you transitioned before you graduated and how important it was that you got that experience while you were doing the program?
Sure. So even from feedback that I've received from having the internship from the employees that I'm working with, it's much easier to come into a company at an internship level, even if that means taking a pay cut for a while, because at that internship level, they know that there are tools that they're going to have to teach you, there are concepts they're going to have to teach you, and it's a really easy way to get integrated before really being brought on full-time. I mean, I know that we've had people come in and interview that necessarily haven't had an internship, and it's much more difficult for them to be brought into the company that way. So I would take advantage of any internships that you can, absolutely, even if they're part-time, a few hours, 20 hours a week. It's experience that you're not going to get anywhere else. Absolutely.
Well, Dana, aloha, since you're going to Hawaii with your new job and your new career and life, so best luck and wishes to you.
Thank you very much.